as follows in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sange Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Raghunath Bhatta Gosai Ara Lokanath. When Rupa Goswami stayed at Mathura, he was accompanied by Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, and Loknath Das Goswami. Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami gives the following information about Sri Loknath Goswami. Quote, Sri Loknath Goswami was a personal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and a great devotee of the Lord. He was a resident of a village named Talkhadi in the district of Yasohar in Bengal. Previously, he lived in Kachanpura. His father's name was Padmanabha, and his only younger brother was Prabgalbha. Following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Loknath went to Vrindavan to live, and he established the temple named Gokulanan. Srila Narottam Das Thakur selected Loknath Goswami to be his spiritual master, and he was his only disciple. Because Loknath Das Goswami did not want his name mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we do not often see it in that celebrated book. What a humility they have, No pratishtha. On the EBR railroad, the Yasohar station is located in Bangladesh. And from the railway station, one has to go by bus to the village of Shonakali, and from there to Khejura. From there, one has to walk, or during the rainy season, go by boat to the village of Talkhadi. In this village, there are still descendants of Loknath Goswami, descendant of his brother. A pranam mantra for Loknath Goswami has been written by Narottam Das Thakur, and it read as follows. Srimat Radha Vinodai Keshava Shampat Shamanvitam Padmanabhat Majam Srimallo Kanatha Prabhum Bhaje. I worship the lotus feet of Srila Loknath, the son of Sri Padmanabha. He is a storehouse of single-minded service to the lotus feet of Sri Radha Vinod. And we will know how this Radha Vinod appeared. In the village of Talkori Gram in the Yasohara district lived the mother and father of Sri Loknath Goswami. Father named Padmanabha and mother name was Sita Devi. Sri Padmanabha Bhattacharya was a very dear follower of Advaita Acharya. One day, Srila Loknath Goswami took his birth in the house of Sri Padmanabha and Sri Sita Devi. His younger brother's name was Sri Pragalbha Bhattacharya. The descendant of Pragalabha still live in Talakorigram. From his early childhood, Srila Loknath was indifferent to family life. One day, giving up his mother and father and leaving his home behind forever, never return. He went to Mayapur in Navadvip to take darshan of the holy feet of Sri Gauranga. So Sri Gauranga Dev embraced Loknath Goswami with great affection, and soon he ordered Loknath Goswami to quickly go to Vrindavan. But Loknath Goswami could understand by certain evidence that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would leave home also and take sannyas within 2 or 3 days. Therefore, he was in a great anxiety. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand the mind and the heart of Loknath Goswami and console him, saying, "We shall be reunited in Vrindavan." In this connection, Srila Narhari Chakravarti has written in his Bhakti Ratnakar, quote, "While he was weeping and weeping, crying out his heart at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya, Loknath felt himself being caught up and embraced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later, as Loknath bid him farewell, the Lord gave him a confidential message which consoled him greatly. After this, he offered his soul at the lotus feet of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and after giving his pranamas to all the devotees, he went on his way to Vrindavan. So after this, Loknath never returned to home life, rather afflicted with deep separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He began wandering from one holy place of pilgrimage to the next. Gradually, after visiting many holy places, he came to Vrindavan Dham. In the meantime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and went to Jagannath Puri. After staying in Puri for some time, the Lord had a mind to deliver the fallen souls, and so began his tour of South India. Hearing of Lord's tour of South India, Sri Loknath also went to South India in search of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after visiting many holy places of pilgrimage in South India, and again returned to Jagannath Puri for some time, finally came to Vrindavan. Hearing of this, Loknath Goswami quickly went to Vrindavan. Meanwhile, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already left for Prayagda. So arriving in Vrindavan and not seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Loknath was heartbroken. He resolved to set everything right by starting out the very next morning for Prayag to meet the Lord. That night, the Lord came to him in a dream and consoled him, saying, quote, "O Loknath, stay in Vrindavan. I have not broken my vow. I have already come to Vrindavan and live there in another form. In this way, you shall always maintain my connection." Few days later, Srila Loknath Goswami chanced to meet the most dear follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Sri Gopal Bhatt, Sri Bhugarbha, and others. The exchange of divine love between them was wonderful to behold. They were all one mind, one heart. In the midst of the Goswamis, Sri Loknath was the oldest, and he was fully absorbed in Krishna Prem. In his Mangalacharan to the Hari Bhakti Vilas, Srila Sanatan Goswami offered his respect to Loknath Goswami as follows. Vrindavan Priyan Vande Shri Govinda Padarshritam Srimat Kasiswaran Lokanatham Shri Krishna Dasasam. I offer my obeisances unto Sri Kasi Iswar Pandit, Sri Loknath Goswami, and Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who are very dear to Sri Govinda in Vrindavan, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. Srila Loknath Goswami wandered throughout all the 12 forests of Vrindavan in great ecstasy. Who is Sutadhar remember these 12 forests of Vrindavan in the sequence we do parikrama? Anybody would like to take that challenge? Just name those 12 forests in the sequence we do parikrama. Anybody? There are 7 forests on the west side of the Yamuna river and 5 forests on the east side of Yamuna. Anybody? No? We have done it. We started with Vrindavan, then we went to Madhuvan, then we went to Talavan, then we went to Kumudvan, to Bahulavan, and Kamyavan, and Kandirvan. So these are the 7 on the west of Yamuna and 5 on the east side. These 7 belongs to Krishna, and the 5 which are on the east of Yamuna is Bhadravan, Bhandirvan, Bilvavan, Lohavan, and Mahavan. So we will see this Kandirvan will come, the 7th forest in the west side of Yamuna. So Loknath Goswami wandered throughout all these 12 forests of Vrindavan in great ecstasy. And one of the forests, there is a village named Umrao. There he stayed for some time on the bank of Kishori Kund. He had a great desire to establish the worship of the deity and render service to Krishna in that way. Understanding Loknath's aspiration to serve, Krishna himself appeared before him. What a great devotee. And offered Loknath a vigraha, saying, quote, worship this deity here. And this deity's name is Radha Vinod. After giving him this beautiful deity, the Lord suddenly disappeared. At this, Loknath Goswami became stricken with anxiety. Seeing him absorbed in worry, the deities, they are also very lovely. So they see Radha Vinod smile and said, why have you brought me here? I have come here personally just to satisfy your purpose. What do you want from me? I live in the forest here near the village of Umrao. So by this Kisori Kund you see before you, I make my residence. You must now give me something to eat quickly. So Loknath Goswami's joy knew no bounds. He floated in the waves of Krishna Prem. After this, he prepared an offering for the Lord to eat. And after offering fine rice on a fresh banana leaf to the deity, he experienced great ecstasy by offering his life at the lotus feet of the Lord. He was stunned by drinking in the nectarian beauty of the Lord. And after this, he offered a bed of flowers and made the Lord rest. Sri Loknath Goswami made this place his home The local villagers and cowherdmen wanted to construct a bhajan kutir for him, but he refused to accept it. How austere they have lived a life. In order to protect the deity, he prepared a cloth bag which he would keep around his neck at all times. Sri Radha Vinod became like a jewel necklace around the neck of Loknath Goswami, and the cloth bag was his temple. This was Loknath Goswami's practice until the day he disappeared from this earth, and is an example of the strict vairagya he maintained. With great care, he always stayed in the association of the Goswamis of Vrindavan. It is very difficult to exhaustively describe the life and pastime of Loknath Goswami, who was very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his dear followers, beginning with Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan, disappeared, Srila Loknath Goswami could not tolerate this separation. After this, his only purpose in life was to establish the wishes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Loknath Goswami gave mantra diksha to Sri Narottam Das Thakur, and there is no mention in the Shastras that he accepted any other disciples. Narottam Thakur showed him a secret by going in the dead of night to the place where Loknath would pass stool and urine and cleansing the area very carefully. Seeing Narottam's humility, Loknath accepted him. Srila Loknath Goswami in his ripe old age, while performing his bhajan in Khandirvan, in Khayaragram, passed away and entered into the eternal, unmanifest pastimes of the Lord. So this is Khandirvan, we can remember, where Loknath Goswami took the Samadhi. And at the place is a kund called Sri Yugal Kund. And on the bank of that kund, Srila Loknath Goswami entered into a Samadhi. We should remember this Yugal Kund in Khandirvan. It is said that when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami went to Loknath Goswami and asked his blessings to compile Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Loknath Goswami gave his blessings but prohibited Kaviraj Goswami from mentioning his name in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is what we are reading in Manahasiksha, that all these anarthas come through this one problem, honor, pratishtha. We want to get honored. And look at this life of Loknath Goswami. He is exhibiting. No name should be there, no bhajan kutir, nothing. So for fear of violating the order of Loknath, Kaviraj Goswami has only briefly mentioned him in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So on the day of Krishnastami, in the month of Shravan, he entered into the eternal pastimes of the Lord. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur Mahasaya praised as follows at the lotus feet of his Gurudev. Haha Prabhu Lokanatha Rakha Pada Dvande Kripa Drishtaye Chaha Yadi Hayya Anande Mano Vancha Siddhi Habe Hang Purna Trishana Hetaya Chaitanya Mile Shetha Radha Krishna Tumi na karile daya કે કરીબે આર મને રે વસને પૂર્ણ કર એ બાર. એઈ તીની સંસારે મોરા આર કેહો નાઈ કૃપા કરે નિજ પદ તલે દેહા થાય. રાધા કૃષ્ણ લીલગુના ગાઓ રત્રી દિને નરોત્તમ વાંચ પૂર્ણ નાહે તુઆ વિને. Translation. O Loknath, O Gurudev, if you are pleased with me, please keep me in the shelter of your lotus feet and cast your merciful glance upon me. By your mercy, I can find the perfection of inner fulfillment. And by your mercy, I can someday meet Sri Chaitanya and Radha Krishna. If you are not merciful to me, then what shall I do? Please, just once, fulfill my heart's desire. In the three worlds of birth and death, no one is more in need of your mercy. Please give me your mercy and give me a place at your lotus feet. Day and night, I sing the qualities and pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Still, the inner aspiration of Narottam for the service of Sri Radha Govinda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can only be realized through your grace, O Lokanath Goswami Prabhu. So this is a wonderful narration we read about the life. So we will now dwell into Srimanaha Siksha, splendid instruction to the mind by Raghunath Das Goswami. We are on verse number 7, commentary by Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. This is also very profound instructions. And then they will show us how to become free from that. So they don't leave any room that we didn't get the point. The more Kali Yuga evolves, we have just started, 535 years or something like that. Just wait for that. The more this problem also deepens. The word Guru in Hindi initially meant a master. Now in Hindi, it is almost a swear word. Beside everything else, Guru also means a trickster. This spiritual vanity is a very dangerous thing, and it can haunt us up to the very end. For instance, the famous Kumbh Mela in India is practically the base fair of spiritual vanity. The gurus gather there, seated on jewel-bedecked silver thrones on top of elephants. Recently, even the elephants went out of fashion. They put the silver throne on top of a jeep. And this behavior is a very sad thing. Because actually we must understand that if I'm a true devotee, I should not expect any kind of honor. Moreover, if I'm a true devotee, I will expect to be reapproached by others. Madhavendra Puri wrote a wonderful verse where he says, quote, "Let other people think that I have gone mad. Let my friends think I'm totally confused. Let my relatives say that I'm a complete fool. And let those who know the Vedas consider me just some proud fool." If we are a true devotee, we can expect people not to like that we live a life of complete and absolute devotion. They will start reproaching us. This is something important that we must remember. Raghunath Das Goswami gives a solution. He says, Pratishta Drishtva Shwapacha Ramani Me Rudi Natet. That Swapach Ramani, this shameless prostitute, is dancing. Katham Sadhu Prema Spursati. So how can pure prem touch our heart? Suchir etan nanu manaha. Think for yourself how the pure can touch the impure. My heart becomes untouchable because this woman there has cast all of restraint. So he gives a solutions to how we can protect ourselves from this problem. Sadatvam Shrevashwa Prabhu Daita Samantam Atulam. Constantly serve the servant of the Lord. Not Krishna, but the servant of the Lord. Prabhu Daita Samantam. The best of the servant of the Lord. Samanta means a general. Yathatam niska, niskasya tvaritam ihatam vesayati saha. Then very quickly that woman will be banished from your heart. In other words, Raghunath Das Goswami says that to expel that woman from the heart, the cure is association with the devotees. Association in the process of service with the understanding of their greatness. When internally I'm with them, I understand what true devotion is. Who am I? And what the scale of my so-called devotion is. The Hitopadesh starts with a very instructive story about a tiger who represents the bogus sadhu. Its hidden meaning is to learn how to distinguish a true sadhu from a pretender. He is standing on the bank of a lake where there is an innocent traveler passing by. The tiger says, "Good, come here, my dear, come. I have a golden bracelet for you. I have repented all my sins. Yes, I didn't used to be a vegetarian, but now I am." The tiger says to the traveler that there are 8 kinds of religiosity. These are performance of sacrifice, study of scriptures, distributions of donations, performance of ascetic faiths, truthfulness, patience, forgiveness, and lack of greed. So he said, look at me. You can imitate the first 4. You can perform sacrifice. You can perform penances. You can study the scripture. You can give a donation. All these you can do with a contaminated heart. But the last 4 are impossible to imitate. It's impossible to pretend to be truthful. It is a cheater who is saying that, and he is exposing himself. He says that it is impossible to pretend to be patient. It is impossible to pretend to be able to forgive. And it is impossible to pretend to have no greed. So cheating, patience, forgiveness, and greed. These are the 4 other obstacles that Acharya has bring it out. And because the tiger speaks like this, the meaning in this fable is that even these can be limited. Even these qualities do not show as criteria, actually. If we want to know the true criterion for understanding who is a sadhu and who is not a sadhu, then it is not enough to just listen to what the person says. We need to examine him and look at the way he associates. The criteria that Raghunath Das Goswami is giving here is extremely important, which is that a person should not internally deem himself to be a guru. And this means that he must always seek higher association. He must always consider himself to be a disciple. So there is a story in this regard about Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. A young man came to him trying to somehow show him. But then he became bored and left for Puri. And after some time he came back. And in this time, the robes of a sannyasi. He was accompanied by some Mahanta, the prior of some temple. The Mahanta introduced himself saying, Babaji, this disciple of yours has now become an elevated devotee. Please accept him. In Puri, he showed Haridas Thakur and chanted 3 lakhs of the holy name. So Guru Kishore Das Babaji looked at him closely and said, I do not recall having such a disciple. Then he looked again and said, actually, I don't consider anyone to be my disciple in this world because I myself has failed to become a disciple. So since I have failed to become a disciple myself, how can I teach someone else? Because the only thing we can teach someone is how to become a disciple. How can I consider myself to be another's teacher or a preacher or a lecturer or anything like that unless I have learned to be a humble disciple? And he finally said, go away. I do not want to see you. Hare Krishna. So we will stop here. We should be punctual in our practice. The devotees has other things to do. So before they leave, we would like to offer our humble obeisances at the dusk of the lotus feet. We'll be very soon finishing this book. There must be some change in our heart. So I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the dusk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis by uttering the mantra Vancha Kalpataru Kripa Shandabhaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I think yesterday I fertilized the other side of all the plants and also put some fertilizer because on my figs plant, lots of figs. Each branch has about 15, 20 and so many branches, maybe in hundreds. So I thought to put little fertilizer so it can grow quicker and healthy. And in the afternoon also I was inspired to weed out everything. So there is no weed at all now. And then today, only thing is left is I'll have to, on one, they call the crimson. Crimson is a plant, it come out one strong stem, like a 1.5 inch diameter. And then it has 20, 25 flowers, like lily type, will come out from that stem. And it is so fragrant. So when I trim my ground covering, somehow or other on the outskirt, I did everything, but I forgot to trim around the crimson plant. So this ground covering can take up a lot of, nutrients from the ground. So I have to clear it out 3 feet diameter from there. And also, if anybody knows when do you think that we should take it out, the pomegranate from the tree? Anybody has any experience? Because I have 4 pomegranate. It was a huge pomegranate, but one of the tree fell down and only one branch survived. So I have 4 pomegranate, the big one. But I don't know when to take it out. I don't want to take it out when it's not ripe. If anybody has any knowledge, please tell me. Uh, so I'm gonna trim it out, those unwanted branches growing from the root, and clear out near the crimson plant. And this is it. I completed, and everything looks beautiful. So many plants and flowers. So anybody has any, and then the time is to, I was looking on my calendar, the note came, it is time to wash the car and polish it. So I will be, I don't know, today or tomorrow. I think today I will do this gardening, and tomorrow maybe I may have to wash and polish the car. We have to have a maintenance schedule so to remind us, otherwise how can we remember? Are we washing our Japa bag every week? Who is doing every week? Raise your hand. Who is washing their Japa bed every week? No one, huh? We want to keep everything clean. And the main thing is where we hold our Japa bed, that bag, we keep it dirty. And that's the reason I always use the white bed bag. So at least it will tell you where we put it on the ground, it will get a little different color. But please wash your Japa beds every once a week. That's needed, minimum. So I will leave. If anybody has any question, comment, corrections, I will wait for 15 seconds. If nobody says anything, then we will end our session. And if Krishna is so kind, we will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, everybody should take their number, because if you didn't assign the number in front of your name, the other person will skip you the next one, and you won't be able to chant the holy name. At least we want to hear everyone. So you may be chanting, but we want to hear once a week everybody's. So we can make some suggestions also if we feel something need to be improved. So this is the chance tomorrow. Whoever joined first, they will chant the first round, and we will follow the numerical orders, and we should not wait more than 10 seconds. If number 8 is chanting, and when he finishes, and number 9 fail to start chanting within 10 seconds, number 10 should start chanting, because we need to be attentive. If you want to serve Krishna, you should be so attentive in everything we do. The attention is the one that brings Krishna's attention. So this is what we will follow, and I request one of the Japa admins to administer that. I'll be just simply wants to chant tomorrow. So they can assign one of, take a turn and do needful. So thank you very much again. Vanchukalpatarubhasya Kripasindubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. And if Krishna so desire, we'll see you all in the morning before 2 o'clock. That's our goal. And I don't want to put on spot, but our dear sister Sital Revti Mataji, I was talking to her and she expressed that it's so difficult, Prabhudev, because she is working. She has the 79-year-old father and 76-year-old mother. She has to take care. And on top, she also has some responsibility for maintenance. So she's doing a job and her job time is so awkward. Finally, I think if she maintains that enthusiasm, Krishna will help her to change that. But she's working 3 to 11 shift. But I bow down at her feet that she is there before 2 o'clock. What a great determination the devotees carry. How much faith they should have in the holy name to do this. And so many of us are sleeping lovingly, and that's how we will pass our life. And at the end of the life, we will tell Krishna, please help me. How can he help? Have you remembered him? Have you done something sacrifice for him? No. So these are great examples. How can she do it? Like today I asked Gopal Govind Prabhu there, how come your mother is not joining? She said she goes to the bed late. I don't think she is going later than 11:30, quarter to midnight. Revati Mataji is setting a very good example for us to follow.
Yes, Prabhuji, I went to bed at 1 o'clock
Okay,
last
that's not
night
excuse, mother.
because my
That is not excuse
yes,
you,
because
Mataji.
I had a
Okay,
Bhakti Vaibhav class, and after that I had exam, so I have to prepare my assignment. That's why I was late, Prabhuji.
right. But Mataji, you know, Bhakti Vaibhav degree is not just to learn but to practice. And one thing I can tell you, there is not that many days comes in a month where you can please Krishna by performing austerities. This is the time. What we learn the song today, Sukha Dukha Sampade Vipade. In difficult time or good time, never miss. That should be the dedication as a Bhakti Vaibhava student. Not just study the scripture, but to put that message into our practical daily life. Otherwise, we will become Vedantists and we become master of the scripture. But does it Krishna will be happy with that knowledge? I don't think so. So this is something to dwell on it, not for criticism, but always Krishna bring us some adverse situation where you can show your true love for him. If you exhibit, you will see that you can do, 1 o'clock, you sleep until 4 o'clock and you join before 4:30. 3 hours sleep is more than enough. And
When Gopal was I was chanting, Prabhuji, that time. I was also chanting.
oh,
I was
but you
chanting.
didn't join. That's what you
No,
are.
yeah, he when he joined, before I started chanting, and then I called him to join. Yes, but today I was late. Not
Okay,
4 I did not wake up 4 o'clock.
okay, okay.
I woke up after 5, Prabhuji.
Right, right, right. Yeah. Just see that how you can please Krishna. This thing is
Yes, if
important.
I wake
How
up
you will
early in
get
the
the
morning, I
clear.
used to wake up 3 o'clock and then
Mm.
do other thing and take shower and then join with you. But nowadays my health is
Right,
not
right.
cooperating properly.
Mm.
Sometimes it happens, Prabhuji.
Right, right, right. Yeah. I don't take a shower, mother. I will do the
But
gardening
I feel
and then I
better,
will take the
you
shower.
I feel you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And it says
Holy
to
name.
take
Holy
shower
name.
in Brahma Muhurta, right? So I was thinking, Joe, why I'm not taking shower early in the morning.
I know, but holy name is so um, merciful. It doesn't need that you need to clean your body. You can chant anytime, anywhere, in any conditions, even if you are unclean. That's the magnanimity of the holy name. So it is nice, I sometime I took shower, it feel good, but it's not essential. Essential is to stay on course and chant the holy name. But you do whatever you can do, the best what can be done, right? You are doing so great than myself that you are study the Bhakti Vedanta. I have not done anything more than Bhakti.
I'm thinking, Prabhuji, if I do it under a teacher, so I'll be,
Yes, yes, no, it's very
learning
good.
in
I'm
systematic
not,
way. That's right.
I'm not
Because
saying it is not good.
yeah, because we're busy, right? So sometimes
Yes,
it's okay, we can do it later on, but it
yes, yeah.
doesn't
I don't
happen.
know.
That's
My
why
thinking is
I think it's a good way.
my my thinking is little different. That we have to act according to our positions, and if you are not ready, we should wait. That's how I see. But it is very nice. What you are doing is wonderful. You know, to study and become a Bhakti Vedanta. Wonderful.
It's my and intention is not like that. My intention is I need to know. If I know the Shastra, I will know
Wonderful.
Lord
Yes.
Krishna, right? And then all
Yeah.
other thing what our Shastra says, and then sometime I can preach also, right? If I don't know anything about Shastra, so how
Hmm.
can I tell people? So
Hmm.
and then yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes. Yeah. We have in our disciplic success, and we have some illiterate guru also, and they do
Yeah,
preaching.
yes,
So
yeah.
everything is there in our disciplic success, and whichever way you feel comfortable, you do your. Everybody has their individual journey that they have to go, and Krishna is very kind to all of us to allow us to do. You know, in the material world, if you are working for someone, and they will be so harsh if you don't follow the instructions. But Krishna is very extremely kind to all of us. Even though we don't follow his, he provides the necessity of our existence without fail to the believer or to the non-believer. And he give complete freedom. He never force anybody to surrender unto him. That's the greatness of the Supreme Lord. So yeah, I'm very, very nice to know that you are studying very nicely. So maybe you can give a class sometime. It would be nice if you learn something profound, you should speak. Because if you repeat 6, 7 times what you learn, then it will become yours. So it would be nice to be hearing from you sometime. So thank you very much again. And if Krishna so desire, we will see you tomorrow morning before 2 o'clock or whatever the time convenient for you to join. Vanchukalpatarubhasya kripasindhubhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।